board. So now we are going to present Marcos Lopes. He is a photographer, and during the lockdown, he decided to do something very special. It's a beautiful message, and because he used his free time in lockdown to show one of his passion, there is a tribe, indigenous tribe. So, hi, Marcos.
Olá, pessoal. Primeiramente, é um prazer estar aqui compartilhando
Hi, people.
esse momento aqui com
It's
vocês.
a pleasure to be here to sharing with you this beautiful moment with
que eu
you.
fiz na minha vida. Isso já fazem
I have a
mais de
work
10 anos, né, que eu
very,
comecei a
very
fazer esse
important that I
trabalho.
made in my life,
vou
and
até
it's
compartilhar com
been
vocês
for more
aqui
than 10 years that I
um pouquinho
started to
dessas
make
fotos.
this. And I'm gonna share with you guys some
Vou contar
photos.
pouquinho,
And I'm
sobre
gonna
o povo
tell you a little
Yawanawá,
bit
né? É um povo
about
que mora na floresta
the
amazônica,
people Yanawa.
praticamente na divisa do Brasil com o Peru.
They live in the
A
Amazon forest,
território imenso,
almost in
quase
division with
continente.
the Peru.
Eles moram bem próximos
Amazon is a
ao Peru.
huge territory, it's
E a
almost
minha
a
primeira
continent,
experiência com eles
and they
foi
live
em
very
2009,
close to Peru.
onde pela primeira
And the
vez na
first
minha
experience
vida
with them, it was in
desconectei do mundo, né?
2009. For the first time,
eles realizam festival,
I disconnect from the world.
que acontece normalmente
I
no mês de
had
outubro,
they make
Rio,
festivals every year,
E eu fui convidado pela
normally
primeira
in
vez
October,
pelo
at the
então,
a tribe.
Brasil,
And I was invited for the first time from the cacique, Biraci Brasil.
e ele me convidou para conhecer
Is a very special
aldeia,
person.
festival.
And I got to know him here in São
momento
Paulo,
que
and he
mudou a
invited
minha
me
vida,
to
né?
go
Pela
to
primeira
the
vez,
tribe and
eu
to
realmente
be
me
at the
desconectei do
festival.
mundo, né?
And this
Você
was
tá,
life-changing for me.
praticamente a
The first time I
12 horas
disconnect from the
barco,
world.
né? próximo de
You
qualquer
are practically 12 hours from boat, away from any road. And there I could feel
pulsa de uma forma muito intensa.
green is more green, is in a more intensive way, especially because they are very happy without anything, but with everything at the same time. And this makes me to rethink about my principles, about my values. And now I have a very more simple life, because all I saw there and all that nature gives to us, I could bring this to my work, to my studio, and to my lifestyle. I have a more simple way, even living in São Paulo, in a big city, and with all the consumption that we have. So now I changed a lot of my life, and I realized that I can live in a simple way, and this was a possibility that they gave to me to rethink and to see and to be more in contact with the nature and to have more connection with the nature. So I have the pleasure to get to know Yanawa. I met the cacique, that is a more political person, and the pajé is a spiritual person. And I have the pleasure to be with the spiritual person, the pajé, for a long while. He died a few years ago, in 106 years, and he came to São Paulo many times, and I also spent time with them there. And this work that you see here is very important to show to the world. They make tours in Europe, of course not now with pandemic, but they travel a lot to show their work. Right now they had to shut the river and don't allow people to get out of the tribe. So there's a very important message here, and this message in 2012 we made an exhibition in Brazil 2020, and it was saying like this: Yawa, when he was spending the New Year's in Rio de Janeiro, and he saw everybody commemorating, and he said, this is not a new year, this is another time. is a time of forgiveness, time for love and spirituality, time for man to get back to the origin, to the Mother Earth, to the heart, to look to Mother Earth, and to know how to love each other, and to respect, and to get together. Who doesn't have this comprehension is going to suffer in this new cycle of the humanity. So, can you imagine a person, enlightenment person of 102 years and telling this story? And in March, when the pandemic started, and I always connect too much with him. So, rethinking about all this, I have more than 100 hours taped in the forest. So, I use this pandemic time, 3 years, 3 months practically without working. So I stayed 3 months really without working. So I decided to study and to make this film. I always had a crew to help me, but I did this alone. I made this at the pandemic in the studio, and now I understand what those words means by the time I heard, and now I understand more. But I'm gonna show you because the film shows more than what I'm telling here. Yahweh always says, I want to be like Jesus Christ. I want to show this message to the world. So this is why I want to share with you guys, and I made this film. Is ancestral and is incredible. Everything that touched me a lot, how they are important and how they respect the people, the older people. So this is very important and very interesting. They tells each other, it's not written, they go tells generation to generation all the stories. So now I'm gonna share with you the movie now. This message that touched me a lot, and I really think that is a moment to share with you and with a lot of people. I hope we can show this to the world.
Vamos construir novo tempo, uma nova aliança, tempo de reflexão, tempo de família, tempo de paz, tempo de amor, tempo de voltar para a terra, cuidar da mãe terra, tempo de mudar o nosso conceito humano, porque o homem se desconectou da sua própria essência, a bravura do homem. As armas que nós temos não representa o medo para ninguém e nem a força que ele tem e nem a coragem. A coragem é aquilo que o homem não faz, se redimir perante a natureza, perante o Criador e pedir perdão para todos os mal que nós fazemos ao ser humano, à natureza, às plantas, aos animais. É o tempo de dar o que é de melhor nosso, para receber o que é bom também. Sem guerra, não precisa mais guerra. É disso que não precisa de viver nesse mundo. Esse mestre Yahweh me falava tudo isso antes disso acontecer. Bem recente ele deixou essa terra, né? Mas continua nos acompanhando, continua me ensinando. Espero que essa mensagem possa lhe servir como conforto e como cuidado para a gente caminhar nessa terra com paz até quando tivermos a oportunidade de estar aqui nesse paraíso chamado terra, floresta, água, caos.
Então é isso, na verdade
So,
trabalho feito com
it's,
muito coração
in
mesmo,
reality,
né?
this was
Eu
made
fui
with a lot of
realmente, acho que
love.
escolhido por eles para poder trazer
I was
essas
chosen by
imagens e
them,
essa
I think,
sensibilidade que
to
eles
be able to bring
que
those
eles têm,
images
né?
and
Esse
just
respeito pela natureza,
beautiful
pelos
respect that they have
ancestrais
to the nature, to
eu
the
trouxe isso para minha
ancestors.
vida, né? Trouxe isso
And
como
I brought
ensinamento.
this
Hoje
to my
eu
life,
sou muito grato a
and
eles
I'm
e a gente fez uma
very
troca muito
thankful
legal,
to
né? Que é
them. So
branco
we
lá no
had a
meio
very exchange,
da
beautiful exchange
floresta,
that we had in the
podendo
middle of the
realmente
forest, that I
captar
could
isso
be
e
able
trazer
to
para muitas
capture
pessoas.
all those
E
images and to
para
bring to
terminar,
people. To
o
finish,
áudio hoje
the
hoje
audio
quem se tornou o pajé da tribo
is
o
spoken today
cacique
now
então,
to
que é o Bira
the
Brasil.
cacique,
A gente
becomes the
gravou esses
pajé,
áudios
is
via
Biraji
WhatsApp durante a
Brazil,
pandemia
and
e ele
he
contando
sent
essa
me by
história, né?
WhatsApp
Essa
all
direção
these messages.
foi feita realmente
So this
durante a
direction
pandemia,
was made
ele
during
contando
the
essa história.
pandemic in
E só
a
para
virtual
terminar, eu
way.
queria deixar uma mensagem,
And
mais
just
um
to
ensinamento que
finish,
eu
I
tive
would like
com
to leave a
que
message.
eu acho que é
Yawa
muito importante para esse momento que a gente está vivendo.
is very important,
Né? Esse
this
resgate que
message.
realmente eles falam, da gente voltar para a terra, da gente olhar para
To
dentro,
go
a
back to
gente
the Mother
repensar nesse
Earth,
novo modelo
to
de vida,
rethink
né?
this
E
new
pensar no
model
outro,
of
né?
life,
Isso é muito
and to
importante.
think
E
about the
dia,
other.
no final de
This is very
ritual
important.
na
One
aldeia,
day, at the
ele
end
me
of a
chamou de canto,
ritual
assim,
in
tinha mais
the
alguns
tribe,
jovens da aldeia.
he called me,
Ele tinha uma
and
energia incrível, porque ele
he had a
dançava e
beautiful
cantava a noite
energy,
toda nos
and
rituais,
he used to
60
dance
e
and
poucos
sing
anos de
all the
idade.
night
E aí ele
with
olhou para mim e falou
more than
assim,
100
Marcos,
years of
você quer viver
old.
muito?
And he
Então,
told me,
pratique
Marcos,
o
if you
bem.
want to live long,
Tenha
so
alegria
you
no
have
coração,
to do
que a doença
the
nunca vai
good.
te pegar.
You,
E essa
because
é
then
realmente uma mensagem que eu gostaria de compartilhar
nothing
com
will
vocês,
catch you,
esse evento tão
the
importante,
illness
e
or
levar essas
anything. This
palavras
is
do
the
Yawar
message that I
realmente para o
want to
mundo,
give to you,
né? Que
to
a gente ajudando
that
o outro,
we,
tendo muito alegria
being
e
able
amor
to
no
help
coração,
the
a
other,
doença nunca vai pegar a
we
gente,
will
né? Então, a
have
felicidade
happiness in our hearts,
importante
and
para que
then
a
we
gente
won't get
não
ill.
adoeça. Né? E
So
é isso,
this is very
foi
important
prazer
to
compartilhar
remember
com
always,
vocês.
to help the other.
Como o Yawar
So
falava,
it was a pleasure,
né?
and
Só
I
alegria, só
will
pro alto, só
say,
pra
woohoo,
cima,
only
pura
happiness,
gratidão.
only
Valeu.
thank you very much.
Gratidão. Thank you very much, Marcos. Um beijo grande.
Valeu.